What's up, banjo players? It's time you learned how to cluck. What am I talking about? I'll show you, then we'll define the clawhammer cluck. So, John Brown's Dream, A part, without clucks. Here it is with clucks. I'm going to play the same string, just converting my strums into clucks. Really big difference, right? So this is the cluck. It's a scrapey, percussive, high-pitched noise. It's a powerful tool in your clawhammer tool belt. It helps you establish a strong backbeat. Some players would say that the backbeat is a modern sensibility of old-time music, but for better or worse, it's what I like. It's what most people like and are expecting. It's the way most people play. I think the backbeat's here to stay. The heart wants what it wants. What are you going to do? Also, in a string band, there's no other noise that's that high-pitched. You might get close with a fiddle, rosin, and hair sound, but nothing really competes with a clawhammer cluck. It can help bring the band together rhythmically and get the dancers on board. It's like having another member of the string band who's just playing tambourine or triangle or something, which obviously is dangerous. It must be used responsibly, but if you can rein in your clucks and put them in those tasteful moments, it's just so helpful. Also, along the same lines, in your own playing, the clucks will take your rhythmic and ornamentation sort of information, your groove, and put them in a different register so that you can hear the melody a little better. So here's that John Brown's Dream again. Here's the melody, which gets lost if you're strumming. You can still hear it in there, but it's a little bit muddy. Nothing wrong with mud necessarily, but if you want clarity, turn those strums into clucks. And that melody will sing because it's not competing with all of those strums, which have the same frequency range as the melody notes. So what is a cluck? Physically, what's causing that noise? We'll talk about the technique in a minute, but first we need to talk about harmonics. So here's the first string. It's vibrating from the nut to the bridge. Everyone knows that. But it's also vibrating from the nut to the 12th fret and from the 12th fret to the bridge along the halfway point at an octave higher. It's also vibrating at every third point. So the 7th fret and past the, 17th fret, or the 19th fret would be. That's at an octave and a fifth higher. Also at quarters, 5th fret, and then whatever fret that would be, that's 2 octaves higher. So you have all of these sounds that are stacked up on top of this fundamental note. And when you mute that fundamental note by touching the string where that note would be, where the different harmonics would be, you hear the next lowest note. So if I do a harmonic here, I'm hearing the octave up. If I do it here, I'm muting the fundamental note and the octave up so I can hear the octave and a fifth, etc. So I know that's a little bit confusing, but the main takeaway is this sound is actually infinite sounds. This is the lowest sound, and then you're hearing all of this whole overtone series, all of these notes that are stacked up on top of it. So that's why it sounds so rich. It's all of these different sounds. So the cluck is a way of accessing harmonics. This is my finger posture when I cluck. I hit the string here, and then I drag my middle fingernail, the flat side of it, behind it. So what you're doing is you're sort of momentarily and partially muting the strings that you cluck, that you just played with your index finger. You're muting them with your middle fingernail, so that you can hear those ringing overtones. Cool, huh? Here's that sound. Take a look at my left hand. That's how it looks. Here's how it looks without. See how I just sort of move it out? And then I just move my middle finger in. That's it. So if you're going to practice your cluck, just get this posture down and just experiment with just sort of down picking and just dragging that middle finger behind, muting the strings with the flat part of the nail. I usually aim for the first string, and I usually get the first 2 strings, sometimes all 3, and every once in a while I get a 4-string cluck going, but I usually only need the first 1 or 2 strings. So that's how to cluck. I will be using that technique in a lot of these videos, so I think it's worth your time trying to figure it out. So practice it by itself and then slowly start incorporating it into the rest of your playing. Have fun.